Good afternoon, everyone. Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 1:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Friday, November 12th, 2021. This is not financial advice. This is educational. Click the subscribe and the bell so that you can be notified when the videos come out, as well as thumbs up and share the video with your friends and colleagues. We are here to talk about Ethereum. Intraday updates on that Twitter link below. Ethereum is still in the pattern. We're not only in the small channel, but obviously we're in the big channel. The small channel was a little bit more concerning very recently. A couple of dippy doos over here, but certainly holding the line. This is a short-term channel starting from September 30th. We'll continue to monitor this. Looking good, though. A nice bounce off that line right now. We're at 46.58. Current support on that line is 45.65 with a top line of resistance of over 5,100 now. Think we're going to start to melt up. We're going to go into why, and I think this whole Bitcoin thing might be overly played out, but there is some cautionary advice there as well. In the meantime, Ethereum Bitcoin is also still churning through this pennant formation. We're really trying to get past this line at 74.27. Now, yesterday we were doing pretty well. We were at 72.95, just a hair higher. Given all the things going on in Bitcoin, this thing's really holding on pretty well. But make no mistake about it, Bitcoin dominance also coming down, giving me indication that this fear trade is not so much a fear trade today as it was yesterday. Now let's go over to Bitcoin really quickly. Bitcoin's at 63,983. This is the once resistance, now support, dual action. It's like dual action cleansing. This is dual action support over here. We have a nice long-term, well, not that long-term. Let's call it October 6th, literally a month and a half almost of a support line. We also have a shorter term resistance line, which is also now playing a support. And as you can see, it's coming down. But this is the area where we should have a nice bounce. I'm expecting a bounce here. A couple of other things everyone should be clear about. I pointed this out yesterday. This is starting to look similar to what we've had in a couple of instances back here. And I'll zoom out so we can remember these. For those who've been watching, you already remember it. But I'll go through it for the folks that haven't really been through this. Normally, these rectangle formations, they form where you have on the price action, on the left side of the triangle, it starts off on the upper half of that rectangle, And then on the right half of that rectangle, you see price action on the lower half. And normally in the middle of the triangle, you see this big cut through. And what I've observed is that these cut throughs are kind of the midpoint of that rectangle formation. At the end of it, since you're on the lower half, it bounces off the bottom and pops up. We saw a similar thing here. As you can see on the screen, on the left side, price action on the top half. On the right side of the rectangle, price action on the lower half. And then what happens? Bam, we go up again. Now, let's go into the mini-me. The mini-me looks like this. We have, this is really big. So we have the same kind of thing. Price action up here, price action down here. Hard to say, but it looks like we could be breaking out soon. Now, if this does not play out as I'm expecting, the worst case scenario I see is if we do break this line of resistance, which is over here, that's been going on now for a month, almost a month and a half, we could be in for a temporary fall to 60 and then another fall down to 54, potentially with a little bit of support at 58, but 54 seems like the ultimate area of low, but 60 and 58 would be the next levels of support. But right now we have pretty reasonable support at 62 right over here, where we have those two lines coalescing to create a more formidable line of support. Now let's go over to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, this is why I think things aren't so bad. I mean, this morning, what should have happened was this thing should have really drove up overnight. And it did drive up overnight. Hit this line here, but we have since started coming back down. So this is really very good as well. We're at 43.22 right now. I have a feeling we're going to start reversing. This is just my opinion. Please don't take everything I say as fact. As you could tell, there are times things don't go in a straight line up. So, day over day, it's hard to keep your eye on exactly what's going to happen because they don't normally happen exactly the way you do, but you can kind of make sort of a prediction based on prior